It's over. You know, I don't really talk about my personal life, but yes, I am. Great. Thank you. Very discreet. But
Now, you're all here because you're interested in obtaining birth control. Any questions?
Is it true that if you don't use it, you lose it?
Is that a serious question?
No,
This
it wasn't.
is the Little Sugar Shack Show.
Okay, are there any virgins here who are thinking about having sex for the first time?
So you're a virgin. You know what? I'm a virgin too.
We're virgins too. Yeah.
No, you know, it's a personal choice, and I don't think it's weird at all.
Okay, I can't listen to anymore. This is making me sick, so bye.
You can get this information on your website. Oh, thanks. Nice meeting everybody.
This is the Little Sugar Shack Show. 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 This is the Little Sugar Shack Show.
James Gordon was popping, brethren. Y'all already know this is the D-Lo Sugar Shack Show, man. This is the show where it's fully adult content. You know what I'm saying? So if you're not an adult, man, exit stage left, man. This is that show that we talk about adult things and only adult things. You know what I'm saying? We got James Gordon in the building. You know what I'm saying? We gonna talk about a few things tonight, man. You know what I'm saying? At the Sugar Shack Show, you know what I'm saying? But we gonna get some tunes in the background, you know what I'm saying, and get this thing started. But today's show gonna be about makeups, breakups, you know what I'm saying? What is your pet peeve when it comes to a relationship? Like what makes a relationship work and what not makes the relationship work. You know what I'm saying? What is your pet peeves to make you feel like, hey, this ain't the person for me or this person is for me, you know what I'm saying? So let me set up some things, man. Some of this um, old school playing in the background, you know what I'm saying? This is just an instrument, man. We ain't gonna even do too much we don't get too many songs in it because they usually shut me down, you know what I'm saying? So let's not do that. We gonna give it a second for a few people to get these notifications and get in here, but I'm hoping everybody having a wonderful night. You know what I'm saying? They might have took their little drinks, got a little tipsy. Some people probably beating some buns right now. You know what I'm saying? Somebody probably getting a little head right now. You know what I'm talking about? I was just on Fortnite, man, but my game froze on me and I lost my little spot. So I decided to do a Sugar Shack show. Because I think the streets need something to pop off right now because I guess they have shut down LDOT pages. So, you know, the sector might need something. You know what I'm saying? So I might as well bring the Sugar Shack today. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna wait till y'all get in here then so we can discuss some shit. And another thing, people are invited to the panel. They want to talk about anything, you know what I'm saying? If not, stay in the chat room, do what you do. You know, but we gotta get this shit popping. So what y'all got going today, man? I'm just sipping me a little Remy right now. Chilling. Solo dolo. Just the way I like it. Solo dolo. So we got 3 people right now, you know what I'm saying? That ain't enough for me to start the show. I need the ladies to participate, and I need the fellas to participate. And with 3 watching, you know what I'm saying? As they say in the sector, right now I'm on Slap a Don views, you know what I'm saying? And I don't like that. I think D-Lo One Stack deserve a little bit more than that, you know what I'm talking about? No disrespect to Slap a Don, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying that's what they say in the streets, you know. When you be having these 3 and 2 and 1 people watching, you know what I'm saying? I think D-Lo One Stack deserves more than that. So we gonna see how many come in. And if it ain't enough, then I'm just not gonna start it, you know what I'm saying? That's just me. And I can tell you my night just chilling, you know what I'm saying? No, Queen, I didn't leave y'all. My game froze. Y'all got a 4th, so I decided to do a show. That's all that was. I texted you and told you, you know what I'm saying, my game froze. Y'all got a 4th. Quick than a motherfucker. So, you know, the kid went, you know, and try to do a show, you know what I'm saying?
However you go.
So I'm just trying to see how many we gonna get in here to support your boy on the Sugar Shack show. You know what I'm saying? We got 4 watching right now. It ain't good enough for me. We gotta get at least 10. We gotta get at least 10, man, and then we gotta get some people in the chat room. We gotta get people to participate. You know what I'm saying? I mean, y'all want a show, you know, you gotta participate. Can't have a show and there's less people in here and they participating. You know what I'm saying? You know, get it cracking. I'm gonna give it at least another 5 minutes. You know what I'm saying? If we don't get 10, then I'm just gonna shut this shit down. You know what I'm saying? We got to get people to support. If people can't support, even if they don't like what's going on, you know, come in talking shit. You know what I'm saying? And I guarantee you, if I do this right here, if I stop this and do this right here, if I was to just come like this, I was just to come like this. Oh, what the fuck is that? I think I deleted that shit though, for real. If I was to come like this, what is it? Go back to the library. Go to phones. We got 5 watching right now. I'm looking for 10. Looking for 10. I can't even find it, man. Where the fuck is it? Is it this? Now, if I put this on, everybody be ready to come. You know what I'm saying? Do y'all think it need to be a no holds bar? That's the show. That's the Man, I don't know. It depends, you know what I'm saying? It depends what the crowd wants, you know what I'm saying? But we're gonna go back to the do you want the same thing in a relationship that you did 10 years ago, or do you even want a relationship at this stage of the game? I wouldn't want, you say tell them change, lose on. We're prolific buyers, man. Okay, you say, do you want the same thing in a relationship that you did 10 years ago? Some things I will want, and some things I wouldn't want. You know what I'm saying? I would rather say 10 years ago, I would rather change some things in a relationship than want the same thing. It's a big difference. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody wish they could go back and change the hands of time and change something that they did back then, or know something that they knew back then that they know now. You know what I'm saying? So I would say it's not what I want. It'd be something that I would change. You know what I'm saying? So, but is it something that you want in a relationship that you did 10 years ago? Prolific? Because I mean, me personally, you know what I'm saying, it's all experiences, you know what I'm saying, and it's all, you know, things that we go through as humans to understand what we need to do for the next step in life. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't say that I would want the same thing. I would change some things. Darren was popping. See, I'm feeling it, man. If I'm getting those 10 people. Once I get those 10 people in there, man, we can get it popping, man. We can talk about whatever. But yeah, man. Man, that shit right there, Darren, man, it's crazy, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me stop this music right quick. Man. Let me stop this music right quick. It's okay. First of all, we got to understand the meaning of that. You know, so we got to understand the meaning of autism diagnostic observation schedule. You know what I'm saying? First of all, a lot of people don't even know what ADOS is. You know what I'm saying? Autism diagnostic observation schedule. You know, I always think that it's me personally. I think it's just a way to get people to stop thinking about the more American descendant of slaves. Okay, so it's more than one meaning. Okay, So we going with the American. Okay, I get it. I get it. I don't know, man. Like when it comes to that slave shit, man. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to that slave shit, it can go so many different ways, man. It can go so many different ways. I think Charlemagne and God talked about this shit, if I'm not mistaken. I think he talked about it before. Cause he really be on the shit, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know, man. It's just like who is black in America, first of all? Send you the email, send you the link. Okay, I'm gonna put the link in the chat room. That's what I'm gonna do. Let's put this link in the chat room. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put the link in the chat room. Hopefully this shit work. I don't know if it's gonna work. I'm put it twice, two different ways. Maybe this shit might work, and maybe this shit might not work.
What up, baby?
What's good? What's good?
It's been a minute, man. So I'll let you, man.
Yeah, I know, man. You know, I've been moving, shaking and moving, man.
Shit, man. Yes. Now the ADOS, man. It's about the American descendants of slaves, man. Where we're not discounting the Caribbeans' experience, the Africans' experience, but we want to just acknowledgement of the very specific and special experience that the descendants of slaves who were in the Americas, who were in the United States of America, who were funded, who was sanctioned. Our slavery was sanctioned. Our oppression, Jim Crow, the slave codes, the black codes, something that was sanctioned by the United States government. It's time for us to get reparations.
Right, right.
So it's like a lot of people say, how can you determine who gets reparations, who doesn't get reparations? Well, I would say go by your grandparents. My grandparents were from South Carolina and from Tennessee. So the only kind of people who have been in South Carolina and Tennessee, Georgia, Florida was sharecropper slaves. My last name is the name of Marion, who was Francis Marion. We was owned by the Marion plantation.
Oh, okay.
So I can directly, directly go to who owned the family. I kind of went off the last family union. I was like, I can't go back to South Carolina till I come back by land, because I was like, how can you live here and you see all these monuments to this dude and to these people, and for a fact that's who you know what I'm saying? That's who your oppressor was, who our oppressor was, man. Right. And you're not demanding reparations, man. The time has come.
So the ADOS is basically compensation should be provided to
descendants
of enslaved people in the United States, right?
Yep, of American slaves, man. Not saying, like if you was in the Caribbean, if you was a Haitian, you were, a Caribbean slave, go after England, go after Spain, go after France. I mean, Haiti definitely got a case to go after France. They can go after France for what happened in right after 1804.
Right.
You know how they made them pay all the basic $1 billion in reparations to France. They got a case for that all day. And if anything, they should be pushing that.
So,
but we know
this will be a big controversy. You know what I'm saying? Because some it's similar calls for reparations for Caribbean countries. You know,
Shit.
And it's basically where was the 40 acres and a mule? You know what I'm saying? Because I was looking at something about this situation. I didn't do too much research on it, but I was looking at a few things, and it was saying, okay, if our ancestors had what they supposed to have, which was 40 acres and a mule, it'd be a totally different world because most of our ancestors, I'm not going to say most, I'm going to say all of our ancestors had skill trades. You know what I'm saying? They were the ones out there picking the cotton. They were the ones out there, you know what I'm saying, making shit happen.
Yep.
While master was in the house and, you know, just chilling. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So I can understand where the ADOS is coming from. You know, motherfuckers is basically saying, you know, where's our 40 acres and a mule?
Yeah,
You know,
and even beyond that though, man.
Why we don't have it? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Lie what's popping. So
Shit.
I understand it, but you know, like in the time we live in now, man, you know what I'm saying? Like when any situation happen, they make it a black and white thing. You know what I'm saying? And you know, it's a lot of first of all, I really just in my opinion, I feel like we don't have enough black leaders. That's the first thing, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? My second opinion, I feel that we have too many followers. You know what I'm saying? A perfect example is Farrakhan. You know what I'm saying? We got all these people, you know, listening to his word, which is good. You know, he say it's a lot of things that he say that I agree with. There's a lot of things that he say that I don't agree with. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I feel if this man say it's wartime and y'all go get your guns and go kill this person, that person, they gonna do it just off his word. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like that's a follower. You know, I don't feel that they lead themselves. You know what I'm saying? The same way that he's able to tell people what to do or they're listening to him, it's the same thing that they can do because we all walk in energy. You know what I'm saying? We all walk with God. You know what I'm saying? It's just something in you have to understand and know that you are, you know what I'm saying, the leader of your destiny. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's the big problem is we got too many followers and not enough leaders. Prolific Bad said also direct bastard children of slave masters deserve inheritance to those fortunes. Yeah, it's a lot of fortunes out here that's out here for us. You know what I'm saying? It's just the research that we have to do.
Shit, there's no research need to be done, man. There's
You
no
know,
research. Nah, man, there's no research, man. Nigga, was your parents? Where did your family come from? Are they? Did you? Were you? Did your family? Or were they in Americas? Did they live in the United States of America during the 20th century?
have you ever heard about
We could just go to Jim Crow, man. We could go to benign neglect. When Nixon came in office, man, that's how the drug war kicked off, man. Was because of benign neglect. Patrick Moynihan and Richard Nixon had a policy. That's why the civil rights movement died off, man. It's because they just said it's benign neglect. They just gonna ignore. They're just gonna ignore the cries of the American blacks. And that's when they ratcheted up the war on drugs.
Mm-hmm.
So now, man, we don't even have to go to slavery shit. We could go, nigga, last week. You know what I'm saying? We living in a state of Holocaust right now, man.
So
and it's government sanctioned.
What in just in your opinion, what do you think should be done in that situation? What do you think should be done?
There needs to be a check cut
to every black American.
If you can prove that you have ancestors that have been in, descendants of American slaves that either it went through the Jim Crow era, or were sharecroppers, were under sharecroppers in a state. All that stuff is documented, man. All the records are documented. You know what I'm saying?
Have you heard about the assignment of Social Security numbers, like a certain number? I think it's the last four numbers or the middle two numbers can tell if you a black American or a white A white person? You heard about that?
I think I heard something like that, man. I know you can tell where you're from. Like it breaks down your city and all that stuff. You know, your city we was born at, and all that stuff was in your social security number, man.
Not only that, I heard about you actually can have you actually can change your social security number. I heard something about like every American can have two social security numbers. It's a way to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like the social security number we have now, we can completely change it.
Yeah, the ITIN.
Yeah, we can completely change it. It'll take some time, but you can change it. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know if it's a start fresh thing. I'm quite sure to get a whole different social security number to start fresh, but it's a lot of conspiracy about the social security number and things like that. What's up, Dookie Ball? Dookie Badass, what's popping? I think it's odd numbers. I think it's like odd numbers, the 0, 1, 1 to 9, and even numbers 10 and 98. It's like the last 4 digits of your social security numbers is unique to something, man. I can't remember all of it, man. I read up on it before, man, but they got a lot to do with the 40 acres and the mule too.
Yeah.
You know, all of it falls in place, man. But another big thing that I want to talk about, because a lot of us are older that's in the chat room, is about, do we think that teachers are getting paid enough to teach our children? You know, all the things they got to go through. Like I have seen so many. Now, not mind the people that the teachers that's having sex with the children, all this. Throw that out the side. I'm talking about
My wife's a teacher.
I'm talking about the teachers that really go there to teach these kids, and then you got the ones that's disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? Feeling like I don't need to, listen to you. You know, they're trying to put their hands on them and it's that. Do you think they are getting paid enough to go through this?
Nope.
You know what I'm saying? Because I seen a video where there was a young man, lollygagging around the class, being a class clown, and the teacher trying to get him to sit down, and then she walk away and he grab a wig off her head and run around in the class with the wig, and all of the classmates is laughing this and that, and I'm just looking at it like, where's the respect for those teachers who are really, because I know me personally growing up and going to school and having teachers, we respect them to the point where we looked at them as parents. You know what I'm saying? Like if we disrespect them, we disrespecting our parents. You know what I'm saying? And nowadays it's like the children that's growing up in this millennium, they have no respect for no one. They only have respect for themselves. You know what I'm saying? So when they go to school, most of them don't go to school to say, hey, I'm going to learn this today. They go to school to say, hey, I wonder what I can do to make the class laugh. You know what I'm saying? So blacks, like when we talk about black and white shit, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people steer away from it because it's always a controversy. You know what I'm saying? Like people are afraid to speak about it. But it's like the respect that we had when we were younger is gone. It's gone, and it's like
You gotta take your shit back.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's like something at some point, it's just okay. Like we say we taking this, we can take the shit. Something need to be taken back to where how we was raised. Perfect example is the traditional way. Like when we grew up, we watched our parents, you know what I'm saying, not drive to go pay bills, but walk to go pay bills. You know what I'm saying? They didn't have the internet to just sit on their ass and say, hey, I'm gonna go pay this bill, one click and the bill is paid. You know what I'm saying? Or, you know what I'm saying? I've seen kids that's old enough to drive, put trash on the back of the car and drive the trash to the fucking dumpster.
That's trifling, man.
You know what I'm saying?
That's trifling as hell.
And it's just crazy, you know what I'm saying? And it's like me being a father, I make my kids do shit traditional.
That's what. See, that's why you're a leader, man. You a leader. You know what I'm saying? By having foster kids and being a father. That's who a leader is, man.
Yeah, and it's like, okay, I'm gonna tell you a situation that happened. You know what I'm saying? Like a couple of days ago. Well, I wouldn't say a couple of days. Yeah, probably it was Thursday. My nephew was at school, and he was on the playground. And he was playing, and him and his friends lollygagging around, and they pushed him down and hit his head on the concrete. They had to help him up because he was slumped. You know what I'm saying? He said his head was hurting. He was slumped. The teacher told him to get up like it was nothing. Get up. You know what I'm saying? He went to the classroom. He still wasn't feeling well. You know what I'm saying? Told the teacher to feel like he had to puke. You know what I'm saying? The teacher sent him to the nurse. The nurse gave him some ice, sent him back to the room. He gets on a bus to get home. He gets off the bus. He passed out. Mind you, my niece is with him. So my niece, luckily, she had the mind state in her head something's wrong with my brother. She grabbed his friend phone and called my sister. Like, hey, my brother's on the ground. He won't get up. Yada yada yada. You know what I'm saying? Long story short, she took him to the hospital. He had a concussion. Mind you, the school did not call my sister to let her know anything happened, that he bumped his head or nothing. You know what I'm saying? He ended up having a concussion. You know what I'm saying? So me being the uncle that I am, the father that I am, you know what I'm saying, knowing that my nephew father is not in his life, and knowing my sisters have to go to this school alone, talk to these people, I took it upon myself yesterday morning to go with her to talk to these people, to the school about, you know what I'm saying, not only my nephew, but every kid in that school. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all quick to call a parent when they doing something bad, but when they get hurt, you don't make a call.
Yep, that's a lawsuit, man.
You know what I'm saying? So my nephew's at home with a concussion. You know what I'm saying? He's limited to watching TV. He can't be in a room with light. You know what I'm saying? He's going to have a headache for, they said, about 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? He's going to feel like he's going to vomit every day. Things like that. You know what I'm saying? But my whole point to that was men that's in families, black men. I'm not talking about Caucasian, and I'm talking about black men right now. Because we are the ones that need to stand up. You know what I'm saying? That's the reason why the millennial is the way it is, because there's not enough black men that have children or just have nephews that don't stand up the way they're supposed to. You know what I'm saying? I stood up as not only my sister, brother, and my nephew, uncle. I stood up as a father for him also, to go sit there and say, hey, something got to be done. You know what I'm saying? Not only for my nephew, but for all these kids in here, because y'all school system ain't doing what you're supposed to do to take care of these kids. Parents let their kids go to school, and when they leave out the house, they 100, they safe. They go to these schools, and these teachers are not really being a teacher or a parent. At some point, a parent instinct supposed to came into somebody in that school seeing him walking slump like that, barely being able to talk. They say, hey, something is wrong with him. Even to say, are you okay? You know what I'm saying? Because that could have been tragic. You know what I'm saying? He could have had blood on the brain or anything, and you got him sitting in the classroom with a bag of ice on his head. You know what I'm saying? So I went in there. I didn't, I did want to go in there and go crazy, but I went in there and talk professional and let them know. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not only speaking for my nephew, but I'm speaking for every child in this school.
You talked to the lawyer yet? Sure, that's what's up.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's like, and that's where it goes all the way back to the point where I say it's not enough black leaders. And the black leaders that some do look up to, you know what I'm saying? It's more of power, a position of power. You know what I'm saying? When people get a position of power, they feel like God. They feel above everybody. Because people gotta understand, any person that you are following, they feel they're above you. So you can never get above them. And if you do get to a point where you're going to get above them, they're going to do something to knock you down and keep you at that plateau that they want you at. You know what I'm saying? So I just look at a lot of things, you know what I'm saying, that's being in tabloids in the news, and I say, hey, should I go do my research on that and look at it, or should I just bypass it? You know what I'm saying? Like the Michael Jackson thing, the R. Kelly thing, the Tupac thing, you know what I'm saying? The Biggie thing, like all that stuff is basically to downgrade the black race, plain and simple. You know what I'm saying? We got Michael Jackson that's dead now. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't condone no grown man or grown woman dealing with young children. But I feel like when it comes to the Michael Jackson thing, they should have addressed it when he was alive. You know what I'm saying? Because we can always say, okay, if you want to bring up the dead, we can bring up Elvis. And Elvis was infatuated with young women. You know what I'm saying? And the woman, the young girl that he was dealing with was 14, which became his wife. You know what I'm saying? They're not doing that. You know what I'm saying? But you want to, downgrade the Michael Jackson, the Bill Cosby, because it was more to the Bill Cosby situation. Bill Cosby was about to buy I think CBS or something like that.
NBC.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They didn't want that to happen.
Hey, I'm about to drop off, man.
Okay, it's all good. Appreciate you being on.
For sure, man.
But yeah, like all these things is making sure that the people that has legendary status don't have it anymore. You know what I'm saying? I really don't speak too much on the R. Kelly thing because I always think that everybody is innocent until proven guilty. You know what I'm saying? And everybody has their opinion on it. But when you have your opinion on it, some people look at you different because you have an opinion on it. And it shouldn't be that way. Let me get a little bit more slow grooves in there. But yeah, so let me get to the chat room. Lady La said no respect at all. Notorious said you have kids, having kids. Exactly that. You know how many parents right now is like 31, maybe got a 15-year-old, 16-year-old. You can't tell these youngers nothing. No, you can't, because they feel that they already know. When you try to tell a young person something, man, they look at it like this old motherfucker trying to tell me something, like they already know. You know what I'm saying? And then you got the older person like, well, fuck it. I ain't gonna even tell this motherfucker. I'm gonna let him find out for himself. You know what I'm saying? Then okay, that's real. That's how men are supposed to protect. Good job. But no doubt, fuck talk professional and handle it like an adult. Yeah. No, Nat, you already know on a D-Lo show, no matter who it is, man, y'all talk y'all shit however you want to feel, man. This is adult show, man. We express our feelings how we supposed to. But, like I sit here, and it's like some things that they do, we have to let them be teenagers. You know what I'm saying? But when you let them be teenagers, a lot of them just growing up too fast. You know what I'm saying? And then there's a lot of things that the media and the internet is forcing our kids to like and to do. You know what I'm saying? Music. When I was growing up, they were telling you, if they were saying anything about dope or anything like that, they were telling you how to make money off of it. The music now is telling them how to take the drug. It's a big difference. You know what I'm saying? It's like I listen to the music that my kids listen to so I can stay in tune to what they do. But I let them know this music is telling you how to be a drug addict. It's telling you how to go out there and have kids. It's telling you how to say fuck a nigga, fuck a bitch. It's telling you how to not get it out the mud, how not to work for what you want. Just go and take. You know what I'm saying? So it's up to us as parents to enlighten our kids on what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Black History Month, February. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't too many Black history things that I seen on television. You know what I'm saying? But me personally, I usually just tell my kids, hey, go write me a small little essay about a Black inventor or something that someone you never heard of before. You know, not what the school told you. You know what I'm saying? Have them, you know, write to that and let me know. I might show them a movie that we grew up on. You know what I'm saying? And tell them to tell me who is the main characters, what was the plot, what was the movie about. You know what I'm saying? Tay Biggs, what's popping, man? Welcome to the stream, man. I think it's the first time I seen you at a D-Lo One Stack stream, man. So big ups to you. Y'all remember to hit that like button when y'all step into place. You know what I'm saying? This is the Sugar Shack Show. And we just talk about whatever adult things that we can talk about. If you're young in age, you need to exit stage left because this is not the show for you. But yeah, man, it's a lot of things in this world as adults we need to explain to our kids and let them know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Because they just going by what the next person is saying. You know what I'm saying? And it's to a point where we have to let them know what's the real deal. And if we don't let them know, then the next person might let them know. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's go back to the R. Kelly thing. When I was growing up, high school, freshman, sophomore, you know what I'm saying, juniors, senior, I seen the D-boys in their 30s and 40s come to pick up juniors and sophomores, the R. Kellys of the hood. You know what I'm saying? No one spoke about that and people knew about it. Notorious said we got youngers out of control and we got old heads out of control too. Yeah, the old heads out of control. Look, I'm gonna tell you what I think is the biggest problem in this millennium right now. We got the youngers is out of control, and the old heads is out of control. Is still trying to be young. You know what I'm saying? You got to understand as a young person, you got to understand what you need to do. But as an older person, you got to understand that what the young people is doing. Yeah, you might be able to do it, but you got to let them live their lane. You know what I'm saying? Because I always say, man, I wish I could go back to the 90s. You know what I'm saying? Me personally, I feel like the 90s was the best years. You know what I'm saying? Because you had the loyalty. You know what I'm saying? You had the respect. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't the way it is now. You know what I'm saying? But now you got old heads trying to be young, and then you got the youngs trying to be old. That's the problem. You got the young people feeling like they grown, and you got the old heads feeling like they young. That's the biggest problem. So who the fuck is going to be the leader? You can't let the young motherfuckers lead you because you can't hardly stand what the fuck they doing, what they listening to, how they dressing, and this and that. But we gotta understand we was once young ourselves. You know what I'm saying? But we was raised totally different. And if we understand and know that we was raised totally different, then we should be able to raise our children halfway perfectly. If you want to keep it 100, you know what I'm saying? Like we should be able to enlighten them on what should be done and what should be done. But at the same time, let them have their own vision and just lead them to the right path of their vision. Because we gotta understand, we can't be with our children every step of the way. We can try, but when they gone at school for 8 hours and we at work or we doing what we doing to pay the bills, we don't know what they doing. But when they come home, you know, you got people. I'm just gonna say parents. You got parents that are, you know what I'm saying. Their kid will come home and they won't ask them how was school. What did you do in school? You got parents that won't even grab their kid phone and look through their phone and be nosy. It's okay to be nosy, but you have some that don't. Tay Big said I was a military brat, so I didn't see old heads mess with young girls. Hey, I done seen it, man. Turn this down. Coming from Benton Harbor, Michigan, man, a small town of at least 8 to 10,000 people, man. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's a big accomplishment for the ones that were able to get out and, accomplish some goals in life and not go back. You know what I'm saying? But I seen it all. I seen it all living there, man. Like when I say I seen it all, I seen it all, man. And it was at the time that I seen it, I thought it was okay because I was young and I'm saying, hey, this is what's happening. You know what I'm saying? But knowing what's going on now, I'm like, damn, there was a lot of fucked up shit that was going on. And that's it be the military that be doing it the most. 18 to 21 years, they looking at high school girls. Um, I think I think it was older than that, man. I done seen 30-year-olds pick up 17-year-olds from my high school. You know what I'm saying? Like some of them motherfuckers, some of them girls that was in our class, when I was in class in 96, 97. You know what I'm saying? If they go by the American dream, you know what I'm saying, growing up with your high school love and this and that, all that shit was taken away from the R. Kelly niggas in the times of where I was living in, you know what I'm saying? That being said, that might be true, B, but I have never seen it. Yeah, yeah. Some people seen it and some people haven't, you know what I'm saying? But it happens, man. You know what I'm saying? Like what gets me is people see things on TV or internet and say, I can't believe that. No, you can't look at things one way. Just like we can't expect each other to think the same way or feel the same way. But we got people that's like that to feel like, hey, if I say it's this way, you supposed to agree with me. No, we come from different places in the world. We come from different experiences, but we got a lot of things in common. We got a lot of things in common. Like everybody in this chat room right now have things in common. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to these YouTube streets, I always say, even though it's fuckery in here, we all have something in common that we can talk about. And that's what the Sugar Shack show is about. We can talk about 1,000 things that we all have in common. It's a lot of people in here that watch the same movies or have a movie that's their favorite that's the same. It's a lot of everybody in this motherfucking chat room that had sex before. That's in common. You know what I'm saying? Some might have head, some may not have head. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us done broke up in a relationship, a lot of us done made up in relationships. So we all got things in common that we can talk about. You know what I'm saying? And then at the end of the day, it can be some type of mutual respect, or it can still be fuck you the next time I see you or the next time I see you in the chat room. You know what I'm saying? But at some point, we have to talk about some adult things. You know what I'm saying? At some point, everybody is not gonna like you. You know what I'm saying? You got to understand it's gonna be people that hate you. That's just how the world goes. You know what I'm saying? So don't be surprised when you see things or you hear things and you look like, damn, I can't believe this person said that. Or I can't believe this person did that. Because we've been living around that shit all our life. It just so happened that we didn't see it at the time that it was happening. And if we did see it, we thought it was okay because it was happening so much. You know what I'm saying? But now we in a days of time where every little thing that happened, a motherfucker is doing what little kids do, pointing finger. Ooh, ooh, look, ooh, ooh. You know what I'm saying? It's just like with the internet. you know, or with people having phones. Instead of people, you know, when a person see a person getting harmed or jumped or shot at or some shit like that, instead of them, you know what I'm saying? And I know everybody go by the snitch rule and all this and that. I understand that. You know what I'm saying? Because I go by the snitch rule too. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, how can you snitch on somebody that's snitching on themselves? I don't get that. How can you snitch on somebody who's snitching on themselves? Perfect example. A person videotaping themselves going to a person's house that they dislike and go to harm them. How can you snitch on that person? If you go and say, hey, I seen that person go to this person's house and shoot them, but they recorded themselves going to the house with their pistol in their hand, talking about, hey, I'm about to go ahead and body a motherfucker, and go over there and body a motherfucker, and then this motherfucker say, hey, yeah, I seen it. Then they say, oh, you snitching. No, motherfucker, you just snitch on yourself by doing the fucking recording. You know what I'm saying? People get on Instagram, Facebook, and all these other, you know, social media sites, and they showing their money, their drugs, and this and that, and then wonder why they getting fucking caught up. You snitching on yourself. Don't nobody else have to snitch on you because you're doing it yourself. So I never understood how a person could say, hey, you snitched on me when they did the whole fucking recording themselves and snitched on themselves. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of things in this world, man, that people need to look at it and pay attention to, man, and quit pointing the finger and blaming somebody else when it's really themselves. But I'm finna take me a drink. I'm hoping everybody having a good night, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I just felt like doing a Sugar Shack show. And it ain't the real deal Sugar Shack show because the Sugar Shack show that I have a vision on will have a lady host on here. You know what I'm saying? And there'd be hella giveaways and shit like that. So we got Tay Big say, well, I'm hella tired, family. I'm about to head to bed. Great topic, but remember to keep your channel away from the fuckery, D-Lo. Hey, hey, man, I try to do that, Tay Biggs, like for real, you know, because I'm on something totally different, man. You know, if I wanted to be in the fuckery, I could have stayed in the fuckery, but I'm staying away, man, because it's to a point where people losing their jobs and CPS being called on people, and you know, a lot of people feel like they ain't got nothing to lose, man. I got a lot to lose. I got a lot to lose, so I try to stay away from that, create my own lane. You know, and for the people that fuck with me, they fuck with me. You know what I'm saying? And I don't blame people if they come in here and they don't fuck with me. You know what I'm saying? It's all good because I know everybody is not gonna like me. You know what I'm saying? I know everybody ain't gonna rock with me. You know, I got the chosen few that do rock with me. You know what I'm saying? They know who they are. I don't need to say their names. You know what I'm saying? But we just gotta keep it authentic with ourselves, man. You know what I'm saying? That's why I got the 1,000 behind my name because I'm gonna keep it 1,000 at all times. You know what I'm saying? And if it ever came to a point where the fuckery came to me, it's easy for me just to leave it alone because YouTube is just YouTube. YouTube is a social media site that you can use to do shows or, you know what I'm saying, game on it. You know what I'm saying? That's why I do my gaming and do shit like that because it's different shit. The true form, the social media, a gift and a curse. I swear, yeah, it is. It's a gift and a curse, man. You know, everything that we do in life is a gift and a curse. You know what I'm saying? Blogging can be a gift and a curse. You know, anytime you get on a social media platform and you begin to speak about other situation, any type of situation, you know what I'm saying? You gotta understand that it's gonna be people that agree with you and people that disagree with you. People that disagree with you are the trolls. You know what I'm saying? And then some of the trolls that disagree with you, they just troll to troll you. They might agree with some of the things that you're talking about, but they just get a thrill out of trolling you. So they just troll you. And if they can get you to react to what they're doing, then they got you. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people need to understand that you should understand who you are and not let nobody determine who you are. You know what I'm saying? I think that's the big problem with when people see trolls. And I've seen famous people, you know, let the trolls get into their head. You know what I'm saying? But it's just if you know what type of person you are, and the people around you know what type of person you are. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing that matters. You know what I'm saying? So other than that, man, your boy just chilling, man. You know what I'm saying? It's 110. I don't even know how long I've been doing this. This ain't gonna be no long show, man, because I still got to get back to this certain somebody. No, I ain't gonna say their name, but I gotta get back to this certain somebody, man. I just decided to come here and talk to y'all for a second, man, and see where y'all mental was at on this Saturday morning. For me, Saturday morning. For most of us, Saturday morning. But yeah, man, I'm just chilling, man. But I want to ask the people that do watch sports, who y'all got tomorrow? Y'all got Spencer or y'all got Garcia? Hope, what's popping? What's popping? I enjoy rocking with you, even the times you've been live. I've been kicking back, vibing, and typing. I was going to now because on a few times. Most definitely, most definitely. But who do y'all got? Y'all got Spencer or do y'all got? I think his name Garcia. Is his name Garcia? I'm most definitely gonna watch that fight tomorrow, man. It's two undefeated guys. You know what I'm saying? Going for this motherfucking belt. And I think it's gonna be a good fight, man. I really think it's gonna be a good fight. But like I said, I really appreciate y'all coming to rock with your boy, man. You know what I'm saying? I got 11 watched. I'm quite sure if I continue this a little bit longer, more and more people will come in, man. But I just don't. Me personally, I don't think I need to do long ass shows anymore. Truth on said shit. I don't know. I don't even really watch. I just check out the highlights afterwards. I used to do that, man. You know what I'm saying? But I still do that. But certain like fights I'll watch, you know, if I like the people, I'll watch them, you know what I'm saying? Like UFC, I watch UFC a lot. So if John Jones gonna fight, I most definitely watch him fight. Conor McGregor. There's a couple of them that I'll watch, you know, when it comes to boxing, of course, Floyd Mayweather, I watch his fights. I watch Pacquiao fights, you know, Spencer and people like that, you know, but you know, sports ain't what they used to be, man. Sports ain't what they used to be. It's all about entertainment. It's all about slavery. It's everything is just all fucked up right now, and I think it's all coming to the forefront. And people are getting tired of it. You know what I'm saying? And they speaking up and saying shit about it. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of shit just different, man. You know, and I understand why it's different. I respect why it's different. You know, and it's only certain topics that I chime in on. But I think I'm going to chime in on a lot more subjects, but it's going to be through the week. You know what I'm saying? Like Friday leading into Saturday is going to be the Sugar Shack show, but I'm going to have some Monday through Thursday. I'm setting up my shit now to have a morning mix, which my morning mix, I ain't going to commit to it yet because I got a lot of shit to do, you know, in the morning, like getting my kids off to school and you know, I do a lot of volunteer work now. You know what I'm saying? I like to do volunteer work. You know, I always don't look to get paid to do everything. Sometimes you just got to do volunteer work in your community to help it out. And I'm doing that Monday, you know, at my community service in the little community I live in. So I'm going to be doing some volunteer work with them. You know what I'm saying? Just getting myself out there more in the streets of my community where I live in because it's a lot of crime around here, man. And I think we need to step up. You know what I'm saying? At some point, we need to step up and be leaders, man. And I'm trying to do that. So Monday, I will be doing that. But other than that, man, I just keep it G real, man. You know what I'm saying? And stay in D-Lo 1000 lane, man. And hopefully people rock with me on, Monday through Thursday. But I'm gonna try to do a morning mix where I'm gonna be doing the mixes myself. So that's why it's taking me so long, because working this program and doing these mixes, you got to learn wave files, you got to understand the wave files, you got to, make sure the BPMs fit in with each other. You know what I'm saying? So the mixes take long. You know what I'm saying? I need to get up with Nat. You know what I'm saying? I need to get up with Lady La. It's a lot of things I need to do to make the shit rock the way I want to rock. But once it start rocking and it get the moving and I get the support, you know what I'm saying, then that's when the giveaways will start happening and things like that. But other than that, man, I'm hoping everybody having a good morning. You know what I'm saying? And everybody is safe, their family's safe. Everybody's prospering and progressing and making more money and making more moves in their life, man, because we never know what the next year gonna look like. We never know what. I'm trying to live to see what and how my kids gonna be able to live. You know what I'm saying? Because we gotta look at it like this. Look at 10 years ahead. You know what I'm saying? At the age that you are right now, where would you be in 10 years? Do you think you would be alive long enough to see your kids graduate, go to college, you know what I'm saying, get married, have children? You know what I'm saying? Those are the things that as adults we need to think about, not about who is the next female I'm gonna fuck, when in the next bag I'm gonna grab. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. Those things shouldn't even have a meaning in your mind. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand how a grown man can deal with a young girl. I don't even see how they would have anything in common. You know what I'm saying? Vice versa. A older woman dealing with a younger guy. What things do y'all have in common? So it's a lot of fucked up things that's going on in this world, man, that us as adults need to check our fucking self about. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, man, I appreciate everybody coming out, man. You know what I'm saying? Big ups to everybody. And I always leave my shows with saying, when you wake up in the morning, before you judge anybody else, judge the person in front of the mirror. And it's your boy D-Lo One Stack, and I'm out this piece, man.